As a Canadian that has been living in America for about the past year and a half, I did not realize how different Canada and America were until I actually moved here. And sometimes I forget the major differences between the two, but one of my friends from Canada was visiting the other day and he was like, I don't know how you deal with the people here. I don't know how you live here. And even though I do love America and I love the American friends I've made, there are some major differences between Canada and America, and I'm just going to share what I've mentally compiled in the past year. So this one is the stereotypical thing to say, and it's the obvious one, but the manners here are so atrocious, to be quite honest. Please, thank you, you're welcome, sorry, or sorry, as Americans say. There is like none of that at all. I can't even tell you how many times I've been walking on the street and someone has absolutely body checked me, and it's just crickets. Nothing. Half the time I'm the one saying sorry, even though I'm the one that got bumped into. And the way Americans order food or just ask for things in general is just like, oh, I can't. When you order food in Canada, it goes a little something like, can I please get the burger? Oh, would you like a side of fries with that? Yes, please. Or no, thank you. In America, it goes like, I'll get the burger. Would you like a side of fries with that? No. Or yeah. Oh, and one of the worst ones, after you get done shopping somewhere or just leaving somewhere and you say, have a good day, and they just go, uh-huh. So you don't want me to have a good day too. You can't say you too. You gotta go, uh-huh. On to the next one. This one kind of ties in with manners a little bit too, but the road rage here. The way people are so mad all the time when they're driving is just beyond me. In Canada, or at least where I'm from in Canada, someone had to do something so terrible for you to blow your horn at them. It never happens. In America, people blow their car horns like it's a song. Like they're just like beep bop ba-doo bop ba-deep bop. Americans are just always mad when they're driving. Or maybe they're just always mad in general, actually, now that I think about it. But at least when they're driving, they're always mad. They could have 5 hours to get somewhere, but it's like they have 5 minutes. They're always in a rush. They're always mad. They're always beep bop ba-dooping. And that's that. And last point about the driving, you could let them out. In Canada, when you let somebody go out, so let's say, for example, there's a red light and someone's coming out of a driveway and they want to get into the lane, and let's say you give them enough space to let them out, people in Canada will give you like a wave, or they'll give you like a nice honk, you know, like just to say thank you. In America, that just does not exist. You could do the nicest thing for someone driving. They won't even make eye contact with you. I've let people go ahead of me so many times, or I've even just let people cross the street. So even if they're not driving, even just like I've randomly let people cross the street just and go out of my way to just stop, let them go. They don't even look at me. Like it's not, they don't even like, there's no friendly wave, nothing. They don't even look at me. It's like I didn't even do it. Okay, next one. Sororities and fraternities. I don't have words. They are the weirdest thing. And you know, if you're from a different country and you have witnessed sororities and fraternities in America, you get it. We are Alpha Omega 5000. It's like, what are you doing? It's school. It's school. Or like, oh, we're sisters. No, you're not. You're not. You go to school together. That's it. What are you doing here, Alpha Omega 5000? You know that this party is only for Megatron 3000. What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about? In Canada, it's just school, man. It's just school. Yes, there's parties, and yes, there's friend groups, but that's it. It's just school. It ain't that deep. Next one, they have no general knowledge of other countries, including the one that literally borders them. Like Canada and America are border buddies. And I'm not saying you have to be an expert, okay? Like even I don't know everything about Canada and I don't know everything about America. However, I do have general knowledge of America because it's just what you do, but not in America. I'll give you an example. One time I was having a conversation with an American and I was digging through my wallet at the same time and some of my Canadian money was showing. And he looked at it and he was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Canadian money from back home." And he was like, "Canada has their own money?" I have legitimately had Americans ask me if I grew up in a house in Canada and if Canada has houses. There are legitimately Americans that think Canadians live in igloos. I thought that was just in the movies. Like, I thought that was a joke, but apparently not. Next one, and I didn't believe it until I saw it, and it's not all Americans. However, it is a lot of Americans. They think it's completely normal to leave your shoes on when going into a home. I can't even tell you how many times I've entered a home, started to take my shoes off, and then they'll be like, "What are you doing?" And I'll say, "I'm taking my shoes off," and they'll be like, "Why?" They just leave their shoes on, put their feet up on the couch, put their feet up on the bed with their shoes on. You're bringing the dirty outside world into your home. Next one. It is not a very helpful place. People don't really want to help you because they just don't really care. So do not expect them to go out of their way to help you. They don't care. So an example of this, my friend, when he landed, his grandmother has a hard time walking, so he saw these 2 empty wheelchairs and these 2 airline employees were standing by them. So he just asked them, like, "Oh, could I use one of these for my grandmother? She has a hard time walking." And they asked what airline he was with, so he said what airline, and they were like, "Nope, these are for this airline only." That was it. Like, there was no, "Oh, sorry, like, these are for this airline. However, if you just go down there, they have wheelchair," like, just nothing. No helpful solution, no attempt at even remotely helping, nothing. It was just like, "Sorry, Granny has to walk and struggle on her way." And I have also run into experiences like that, even just at a store. Like, if you ask where something is, or they'll just straight up be like, "Find it yourself." I don't know. Like, they just don't care. Last but not least, overall, just generally not very friendly people. Mind you, I have met lots of amazing Americans. However, if I were to judge the general population in America, I would say not very friendly, not very nice. Small example of this, in Canada, when you're walking on the street, normally you give like this little, like, I don't know, like, you give like this little dumb smile and wave when you walk by a stranger and they do it back. Like, that's just kind of what happens. Here, it's just like they look at you like, "Why are you looking at me? Like, stop looking at me." Like, they're just mad all the time is what I would say. Anyways, that's it. That's pretty much all I can think of. I still love living here. I love the people I've met here. I'm thankful to be here. There are just major, major differences in people and the culture and how it's, yeah, that's it.